So, any Thanksgiving plans for tomorrow?
Yeah, I got my family coming over, my sister and my nieces and nephews.
Oh, okay.
Nothing that big. How about yourself?
I got Dom Toretto and the whole crew coming over. We're gonna have enchiladas and
I
no.
can't wait. I want to be a part of that
I-
that family gathering.
Hey, you're invited to the cookout.
Will there be coronas there? Hopefully not the virus. I gotta feel like kind of the
Hopefully,
virus.
Corona Light. You have to get vaccinated before you come. So
Hence the corona light, right? I can't wait. That's
Han
crazy.
is gonna stop you at the door. He's gonna be eating chips, but he'll stop you at the door.
I actually made a meme of that. Remember when I made the meme of that? And I'm still on your ass about watching Chappie. Have you watched Chappie? It's on
That has
Netflix.
nothing to do with Fast and Furious. Where did this come from?
It's kind of about family. Like I'm still on your ass about that. Like why it's really Scott's like he doesn't like it, but I do. And that's what's more
Is
important.
is Chappie on Netflix or HBO Max?
It's on Netflix and it's the perfect family movie to watch together. Like
It's like on my holiday like recommended like you just see like Home Alone and then just Chappie like right after that.
no, you know what's funny? I just watched Finch. That's on Apple TV. I don't know if you don't have Apple TV, right?
I used to a long time ago because I used to watch like documentaries on Apple TV. But then it was just like another subscription, so I just stopped watching.
Yeah, they have a lot of good shows. Yeah, Finch. I really enjoyed Finch. It kind of reminded me of Chappie with Tom Hanks too. It's like very like Robert Zemeckis-y type of movie.
Mm,
That was pretty cool. Yeah,
that's cool.
if you're interested in Apple TV or more subscriptions, because eventually it's gonna get to the point where you're paying like $300
Oh God,
a
please don't
month
remind me.
or Peacock. I don't know why you hate Peacock, but
It's just another subscription for me, honestly. If I can, like, it has to have like Netflix and HBO Max and Disney Plus. Like, they have more than one show that I would watch. If it doesn't, like, if I'm just watching like for unless it's like Mandalorian or like a flagship show, I won't like subscribe to it, or I'll just do like the free trial. But if they have like enough content for me to actually like enjoy the subscription, then I'll be like, all right, it's worth the money for me. But
yeah, I got you. Hey,
like
I
HBO
gotta.
Max right now, I think they have a whole like Harry Potter. Like they have all 8 movies out for the holidays, I guess. So I might watch that over the weekend.
Yeah, I gotta rewatch those movies too. I haven't watched the new Beast or what is it called? The Fantastic.
Oh, Fantastic Beasts series. Yeah, I'm actually not crazy about those movies. I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't capture the same emotion for me as the Potter. But they're making a reunion. I don't know if it's like a movie or an episode, but I heard something like they were getting like all the cast together for like a reunion or something. I hope it's not like the Friends reunion, but something like it.
Well, what they're doing wasn't that's like an event or something, but J.K. Rowling isn't allowed back there, but like they're doing an
Yeah, I
event,
heard. Yeah, because of her controversial statements or something.
right? Yeah, so I don't know. Yeah, that's another field. And what else are you doing for
It's all
Thanksgiving though?
politics. Nothing much. We're just getting just my mom and my grandma or grandpa. My grandma's out on vacation. She's in California right now. But yeah, we're just gonna have like a little dinner. Something small. Usually I always cook during the holidays. Like last year I cooked. I I regret that decision till that day. I mean, I'm pretty good when it comes to cooking, but yeah, it's just a lot of work and like a lot of prep. And then like just like when you have like a lot of leftovers, you just gotta like it's harder when you have a smaller family because like you can't like give leftovers like to your because it's just you. So let's say because sometimes I go to like my other family's houses for Thanksgiving. Usually like on New Year's or Christmas I'll go out. And they have like we have like these big bombastic parties and stuff. So we'll usually like bring home a lot of food.
That's what's up. Yeah, and especially like I hate to throw food too. So,
I
but
know.
let us know in the comments. We want to know what you guys think too. Okay. So.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Lunch Table Podcast with Dylan and Akram, your podcast coverage for the latest in entertainment and pop culture, where we talk about all things Marvel, DC, Star Wars, and all your favorite movies and shows. Akram and I just watched the first 2 episodes of Marvel's Hawkeye that just released on Disney Plus. So we're giving you guys our fresh thoughts and predictions for the series. Be warned, there will be spoilers ahead. But Akram, I read the Hawkeye comic on Comixology, and the show is very similar as far as like story and tone. And even like the intro titles are like pretty cool. Like the graphics are very inspired by the graphic novel. But tell me, what did you think of our newest addition to the MCU, Kate Bishop, played by Haley Steinfeld?
Well, Haley. I'm a big fan of Haley Steinfeld. I like the show a lot. I'm glad that we get to see more exposure to for Hawkeye, and I hope that we get more into his lore, and I hope that we get to see more of his backstory because he's always been like obviously that family man. But what makes him that family man, right? What humanizes him so much more than I think Black Widow, right? Because obviously here we see that he is becoming death in 1 year, and I like that they kind of show like the reasons why too. It's not like just some throwing thing. It makes sense, right? It's very grounded in that sense, I guess. But yeah, I really like the show. I like that it's something new. It takes place during a holiday, right? Holiday season. So I really do like Kate Bishop here. I think Haley plays the part really well. Obviously, like I come from Marvel's Avengers world, right? And Ashley Birch actually plays Kate Bishop over there. And
Oh,
yeah, I like the similarities. Kind of, it's just like she's such a fun character, right? But she's learning a lot, right, through a grizzled Hawkeye, I guess. 'Cause he's in a way he just wants to be left alone, and I like some of the things, some of the little references here too that we're gonna get into a little bit later. So yeah, what else do you think of it?
oh yeah, I totally agree, man. I think I think it's very appropriate coming around the holidays. Hawkeye is one of the few characters in the MCU and in the comics that really has like a like that family, other than like Peter Parker or like I was about to say Frank Castle, but
Oh no.
oh no. um, but yeah, I do like the family aspect of it. It makes him a more grounded character. Um, and it's funny because in the comics, it takes place during summer as opposed to like Christmas time. So I think they switched up a bit. But it was funny. I get a very like New York City vibe from this show, especially with the the Rogers musical. I thought was so funny. I wish that was like an actual like play, like we get like tickets to.
They should do
Um,
that. Yeah.
yeah, I would buy the whole soundtrack for that. Uh, but yeah, it was cool. I do like the show, where they're going with this. I definitely like Haley's portrayal. Um, and it's interesting like to see like her background, and like I feel like every time we watch like somebody's character like development, always starts in 2012 with the Battle of New York. Like if you're watching like a Defender show, or like Peter Parker like in Spider-Man or something, like it's always the Battle of New York, right, that kicks everything off. So as soon as I saw the 2012 title, I was like, "Oh no, we're getting a tragic backstory." But it was cool. Yeah, kind of like I like her relationship with Hawkeye. It kind of made me think of like Punisher and Rachel from that Netflix Defender show. So he's kind of like the older like kind of like dad figure, right? But she's got some skill too, and she definitely showcased it. It was cool to like see her like what she went through, like as far as like winning all these gold medals. And so she does have like some experience with like martial arts and like bow and arrow prowess, right? But we also got to see some new characters. We got to see Vera Farmiga's character as Kate Bishop's mom, and we saw our MCU introduction to Swordsman, played by Timothy Dalton. So yeah, they teased him a little bit with the little if you saw like the Easter eggs of the swords,
Or
and then
Tony Dalton, actually. Timothy
or
Dalton
I'm
thinks
sorry,
James Bond,
I'm so
right?
bad with names. You can't trust me on this podcast with names, but yeah, so it's cool to see his prowess with like fencing and stuff. So because he is a prominent character in
Right.
the original Avengers comic, and like even like variations, we've had like different people take on the moniker as like swordsman. So he's very important to the Marvel lore. So what did you think of him?
Yeah, I think he's really cool. I just like his charisma. He's definitely hiding something, and I don't know. He's just fun to watch. It's just that character that something deep is going on, right? And he has his own plans. And he's very much of a manipulator. in that sense as well. I haven't seen much his filmography. I haven't really seen him in many things except Better Call Saul, but I think he plays the part really well. I was like so like I really wanted to see like him show off his sword skills, and then he was like letting her right basically win, and then that last part where he parried, I was like, oh shit, this is coming.
Mhm.
And the sword too. I like that he picked up the sword, Hawkeye's Ronin sword, right? I didn't even know that was retractable. I don't know how that's possible because at least it's not like like edged away and shit like that. So I don't know, but it's cool.
It's like
Um,
Gamora's sword, like, in a
yeah, I was
way.
gonna say that. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. But
Yeah,
really
that was
cool
cool.
character. Really, really,
Mhm.
really interesting.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see more of his, martial prowess in later episodes, right? So we're just getting, like, a feel for him in these first 2 episodes, but yeah, it was interesting, and then, just, like, little things, like, picked up, like, because Hawkeye, remember, is coming out of Endgame, so I don't know, like, where the timeline is in this, series. I don't know if it's, like, a couple years after Endgame, but it seems like it might at least been, like, a year or 2, right? Because they said, like, the wreckage of, the Avengers compound. So obviously, like, this probably like after Tony's funeral, so it's been a couple years, right? So he hasn't had too much time to process his PTSD as far as like dealing with Nat's death, right? You kind of see that what he's going through when he's watching the play. So it is tragic to see. He still hasn't really recovered from that, and then even like the little Easter egg, like the Thanos was right graffiti on the toilet. I feel like they got that off of Reddit or something. Like somebody just picked up a meme of that and was like, "Oh, let's just throw it in there." But yeah, like little Easter eggs, and it's funny like the dog scene, like when Kate Bishop saves the dog from the traffic. That was actually Hawkeye in the comics. So I think this series is more focused on Kate Bishop than it is for Hawkeye. Honestly, this is gonna be like more about her than him. But I mean, obviously the title is his name, right? So we're gonna see more of him in action. And I kind of want to see more of his trick arrows and like just like his like cool like bow and arrow stunts. But yeah, what do you think?
Well, yeah, I think that that's what's going on in the MCU. There's actors who can't play these characters for very long, and there's some of them just want to retire from the roles, right? So I think that Kate Bishop will take over, and I think this is a great introduction for her. I seen concept art a long time ago of like her, obviously her iconic suit, right, with the purple, like the thigh cutouts.
Very similar, yeah.
Yeah, so no, but like I think they'll like eventually like maybe at the very end she'll actually get like those thigh cutout things, right? Here like obviously they're both gonna get like their actual suits. I don't know where from, but yeah, I think she could take over. I think it's cool because it's kind of like there's a lot of younger actors and characters being introduced to the MCU, right? As we see like Kamala Khan or like I don't know if this is gonna be Spider-Man's last outing as or Peter Parker's last outing as Spider-Man, or maybe they'll get Miles Morales at one point. I don't know. Everyone's kind of switching over, like She-Hulk and stuff, right? And new characters are being introduced. So
Passing the torch down.
yeah, that's what it is. I think that's what's happening. It's kind of unfortunate because I would have liked to see more in the past. It reminds me a lot of like Black Widow, right? Like everybody wanted a Black Widow movie for so long, and the last Black Widow movie we got obviously was after everything that happened at after Endgame, and then so this is supposed to be a prequel. But like here, yeah, I don't know when it's gonna take place. Hawkeye, I don't know. I would assume that yeah, it's like a couple 2 years or so after. This show reminds me a lot of Luke Cage too, which is funny, just because there's so much like to have to do that tracksuit gang, right? Which you read the comic, I believe they were a part of the comic, right?
Yeah.
Tracksuit mafia. I mean, so yeah, it's funny how it reminds me so much of Luke Cage. It has that type of like feeling, and I really hope because a lot of people are saying that Vincent D'Onofrio is gonna be a part of this
I
somehow,
would love
maybe.
to see him because I think he's in a brief moment in the comic where they're having like an auction, and then like these bad guys like rob like everybody from the auction. So it would make sense because um Vincent D'Onofrio is based in like Hell's Kitchen. So I mean, I don't know if we're gonna get that. It'd be really cool, but I mean, we are technically supposed to get Daredevil in Spider-Man No Way Home, so it would make sense, right? But I definitely do get that Luke Cage feel that you're getting. I thought it was so interesting because there was a scene where she was buzzing in her apartment, and then she was going through like all these names, and I could have sworn I saw like Jessica Jones' name or something. It might have just said like Jones. I don't know if it was like Jessica, but like there was like a little Jones there. I was like, oh, it would have been like cool to see like a little Easter egg. Like the defenders are still like technically out there, right?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, well, if Vincent D'Onofrio does show up here, then like I love how like I keep saying like this MCU project is really important. This one is, you all are basically because uh it is important because then we know that okay, this does matter, right? Netflix does matter, and I hope so because there's so much groundwork that has already been built, right? Why not build off of it and introduce other characters from like let's say Kingpin or Jessica Jones, right? Or
Exactly.
Luke Cage. So, but yeah, I enjoyed the show. We watched episode 1, right, and episode 2. I felt like episode 2 had a lot more going on. We seen that LARPing thing, which was really funny. Probably one of my favorite moments now in the MCU. Kind of cringe, but really, really hilarious to see Jeremy Renner go through
At a
that. So,
Renaissance fair, yeah.
right, I wouldn't do it, but he had to get that suit. That was really funny. I wonder how much more we're gonna see on Ronan. I want to see like what else has he been up to, right, for those 5 years. I also like that he still obviously he would have his tattoo, right. I like that attention to detail because obviously he would have it, but also that wasn't the whole Ronan outfit, right. That was parts of it, right, because he was wearing some of it during the events of like the final minutes of Endgame. So he obviously has here just his vest or whatever and hood. Um, yeah, really, really, really cool. I feel like it's kind of isolated, but that's okay, right? It's not because with Captain America, it's different because that's Captain America and whatnot, and this could really set. And he has his own movie coming up. I really feel like this might be the final outing for Jeremy Renner as Hawkeye. I hope not. I hope they just like kind of, leave it alone, but like don't really show him later on if you don't want to have him like Um, and I hope they become friends. I got a big feeling this whole thing is gonna end with like a nice Christmas dinner with Kate Bishop there and Lucky the dog. They're gonna just be there. But also, I'm interested to see or hear what you think about this too. Florence Pugh character as Yelena. Um,
Yeah, I was gonna
sh-
get to that.
yeah, she's casted obviously. So I'm wondering what episode do you think she might show up in?
I think they're gonna save her for last episode. I think it's gonna be more focused on Jeremy and Haley for the moment and their story arc, and then I feel at the end we might get a. I mean, we already have Echo, um, from the second episode, I believe. So, and she's getting her own show, so we might that might be a lead way into that. But I definitely think Florence might make an appearance in the last, like maybe she'll do like a last, like they had the Loki, like they had the cameo at the or that last end credit scene. So I think that they're gonna do something with her like at the last episode. How many episodes is this series, by the way? Do you know?
From I think it's 6, but I could be wrong. It could be 8, but I'm pretty sure it's 6.
Because these were like hour-long episodes, so I feel like it's gonna be like 8 or 6, somewhere in that range, right? But it's funny you mentioned Haley. I mean Kate.
Yeah.
Sorry, brain fart. Kate taking over as Hawkeye because in the comics she did fill in for Hawkeye for a while he went inactive. So yeah, I definitely think Marvel is trying to like pass the torch on along to these different characters. Like obviously, like Sam is taking over for Captain America and Yelena for Nat, and even like Peter for Tony. So it's a period right now of change for Marvel. Everything's evolving, as you always say. Like the industry is evolving. um, but yeah, so I think these younger heroes are definitely gonna take over the mantle because we still have Ironheart also, right? So a lot of these younger actors are taking over, and I do like this period of change, right? You get to see like showcase for different actors, right? And you know, and like you said, like a lot of the older casts, right? They want to retire, right? And it's good to retire them on good standing, right? While they're at their height. Um, but yeah, I think this series is gonna be interesting for what it is. We still have a couple more episodes left, so any final predictions on what you would like to see for the rest of the show?
Obviously, I think we're gonna see some of Tony Dalton's character like just progress, and we get to see how worse he really is, and I want to see his agenda. I want to see more of that dynamic between Kate and Clint. I want to see more backstory and how Clint's upbringing, right? How did he get into archery, and how did he get into Shield, right? I want to see some of that. I hope that we can, and I just want to. I want to see what's up with Yelena. I'm interested in that, and I also want to see what's up with Echo because Echo has to be such an important character because she has her own show coming out on Disney Plus. So I wonder, like, what's the deal with that? Like, how important will she be? I guess pretty damn important, right? And I just want to see more of the mythos of the MCU too. Hopefully, they could do that through Hawkeye because it's all about New York, right? They're just staying in New York, so I think there's a lot that's gonna like be connected to the Battle of New York.
Yeah, I
Maybe
wonder
a
if
little
there's
bit
gonna be
Thanos.
like yeah, like bigger tie-ins maybe to like Spider-Man like No Way Home. It's funny they did mention that Avengers Tower was sold, right? And that happened in Homecoming. So I thought that was a cool like little reference. But I wonder if there's gonna be like a bigger tie-in to like a bigger event like Multiverse of Madness. I doubt it because Hawkeye's like a low-key character, so he's not like Wanda or Loki in that regard. But it'll just be like a maybe like a fun little campy like holiday show. I do like the holiday vibes it's giving me. It's kind of like make me think of like Die Hard or like a fun like holiday special. Because we also have the Guardians of the Galaxy the Christmas special I think coming out. Is it this year or next year? I forgot.
Yeah, no, it's
Um,
this year. Yeah. I forgot all about that too. Yeah.
so I feel like this is like the start of like a holiday special trend for Marvel. So I think it'll be really cool. But yeah, I can't wait to see what where this show goes as far as direction. Um, but yeah, thank you guys for joining us on our review for Hawkeye's episodes 1 and 2. Be sure to check back every Wednesday as we're following the show, and be on the lookout in December as we'll be carefully watching Book of Boba Fett. Also, we have a news discussion coming out this Sunday, so stay tuned for that. We'll be talking more about the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer. And be sure to like, share, follow anything that takes 2 seconds to do. We greatly appreciate it. But until then, guys, thanks for having lunch with us.
See you guys.